There is a record just outside the top 40 at the moment, Andy, that I rate as one of the best of 85 so far. It's certainly different. It's Never Understand from Jesus and Mary Chain. Now, they are a controversial new group from Scotland that they say you could never interview on the radio. I'll be testing that out after this. Never Understand, Jesus and Mary Chain. It goes on for hours, all this sort of feedback and stuff at the end. Jim Reed, William Reed and Douglas Hart of Jesus and Mary Chain are seated in front of me, all looking exceedingly tired, I think it's fair to say. May find out why later. William, first of all, I'm amazed at the way that you've managed to get this success without going through your average channels. Like, you haven't done all the things of making videos and rushing in and doing the right gigs in the right places and sort of impressing the right A&R men. Was that a deliberate ploy on your behalf to do it your own way?
Well, I mean, I think that's everybody's sort of ploy to do it their own way, but I suppose we've been fairly fortunate because really, I mean, this time last year we weren't a group, you know.
Why do you think that you succeeded?
Being slightly immodest, you know, maybe just because we're a good group. Because we do sound slightly different, you know, because of our mental noise and feedback and things like that. We do get noticed, plus we're good at the hype game as well. Got it lost.
Actually, it is true that the songs, they're very melodic, actually, aren't they? There's always a good tune in there, something that anybody can go away and whistle if they like.
I mean, that's true. I mean, we're all fans of pop music. Pop music through the ages.
But Jim, I mean, the weird thing is that, I mean, according to the press, though if you're masters of hype, maybe it isn't true. According to the press, it was very difficult for you to get gigs at one stage.
It was impossible. I mean, we tried everywhere at one point and nobody would let us play.
Why?
Because, I don't know, the Glasgow music scene is pretty so behind the times, to say the least.
Fairly cliquey as well.
It's not just there, it's everywhere, you know.
I mean, this sort of so-called bad reputation, there's a wonderful thing here from the Sun newspaper of the 29th of January. Outrageous new punk band, did you know that? The Jesus and Mary Chain have wrecked their record company HQ, right? It says he drew a Hitler moustache, this is wrecking the HQ, he drew a Hitler moustache on a poster of Rod Stewart, scrawled obscenities over pictures of Chaka Khan and Echo and the Bunnymen, and smashed up a display case containing a photograph of ZZ Top. Now for this, security people at WEA had to throw out the members of the band, and Jim, you were quoted as saying, "Our record company doesn't understand us."
The quotes were made up by somebody from the Sun. I've never spoke to the Sun in my life.
It's probably somebody at WEA Records, actually, that made it up. But actually, do you think it's quite fun to have that sort of reputation, that sort of story written about you?
I thought it was funny. I couldn't stop laughing when I read that.
Has it worked against you at all, do you think, though, that maybe people do think that you're going to kind of come in and smash everything up?
Well, everybody does. You know, everybody's totally wary of us.
When we played in Plymouth, the BBC local radio actually phoned the police and warned them about the gig we played, and the police were there.
But there is a sense of humour in what you're doing, surely.
That's it, you know. No, I don't think people see that, but there is a sense of humour, you know. I thought it was really obvious, but people don't seem to pick up on it. I mean, we're treating the right people like fools, if people deserve to be, you know.
Do you want to be famous? I mean, do you want to make a lot of money? Do you want to make very, very good records, or what?
I think we want to be famous, we want to make a lot of money, and we want to make good records, you know.
A lot of people honestly believe that you're a con, and when I've gone on record as saying that I like the record, your single, and I think it's a hit, and people have come up to me and said, "You must be joking. That is not a hit record."
Well, I don't see why anybody could call us a con. I just don't know what they mean by that, you know. We make good records, we've got a brand new sound, and we just play gigs. I mean, where is there a con in that?
I think it's because people don't understand what you're at. Because, I mean, you're fairly unpredictable in your live performance, aren't you?
But what do these people expect? Because we're unpredictable, you can't just say, "Oh, it's a con." You know, they didn't do what I expected, you know. We play live, we play to suit ourselves, no con.
So, I mean, if you don't finish a show, in your terms, you have finished a show.
Yeah, we've never not finished a show.
Because other people think you have not finished shows, don't they?
Yeah, they do. You
Wasn't that at the ICA where people were thinking, what is going on here? You know, that you suddenly stopped.
Really what happened at the ICA was we just all felt bored, you know, we walked. I mean, that's the sort of thing people have been saying for years, you know, like silly, committed rock stars, you know, if ever I get bored with this, I'm giving it up, you know, we're doing that, you you know. Like, I don't think that's a con. I think that's fairly sort of honest.
Do you think you're going to change anything? Beyond, you know, just making a good record or two and an impression of yourself in other people's minds?
Well, if somebody hears the records and starts a group, we've changed something, you know.
I think probably, I think probably if we get in the charts, you know, the higher regions of the charts, it'll make people think, you know, like, well, you don't have to be ultra smooth and ultra slick to be a pop group, you know, like, that's the way pop groups are these days.
Here's a song that actually people thought would do it for you before. I didn't, but it certainly was a good calling card. Thanks for talking to us today. See you on Top of the Pops in a couple of weeks. All right, this is another one. This is called Upside Down. They seem like nice guys, actually. The Jesus and Mary Chain. And that one's called Upside Down.
I like that one even more than the single, I think, actually. Finally.